I can't get that job because I don't speak Netherlands. I can't get that job because I don't have a driver's license. I can't get that job because I heard the story of Miles Monroe. Was it? No, Les Brown. How he applied to be a DJ. Les Brown applied to be a DJ and they refused him. And he kept going and he kept going. And at one point, they just, okay, you know what? Start bringing us coffee. Because they couldn't give him a job as a DJ, so they told him to start serving coffee. From serving coffee, he started fixing the cars for the workers. And then from fixing the cars, when superstars are coming for interview, like Aretha Franklin and all those people, they'll tell him, take the car. Oh, you're good with the car, take the car. And he'll go to the airport, pick up all these superstars, take them to the hotel, bring them to the radio station. So now what did he do? He started getting connection with all these big people. And he did not have a driver's license. So imagine I'm driving Michael Jackson because he's coming to do an interview here, and I don't even have a driver's license. Courage. Courage to go for your dream. Courage to say nothing is going to stop me. The soles of my feet are in Belgium. I'm going to be part of the significant people in Belgium. I'm already here and I'm here to stay and I'm going to shine and people are going to know me that I am here and was here. I'm going to leave something for the children to say, I can do better. I will not pass away like a smoke. The smoke, the wind, is about the only thing that comes and you can't hold it and it's gone. But you are human. Use your courage to say, I'm going to start that business. And if I fail, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get married. And you know what I said to my sister in Nigeria? I said, listen, if it takes me 100 women, if it takes me, Larry Omodia, 100 women to find my soulmate that will make me happy, that will give me the joy of a man, and that because I know that love is in me. I know I'm sweet, I know I'm kind, I know I'm loving, and I'm hardworking, and I can provide. Therefore, I must have that woman. So if Rebecca comes my way, and Rebecca has shit in her head, bye-bye, Rebecca. If Tammy comes my way, and Tammy has shit in her way, bye-bye, Tammy. Until I find my woman, I ain't going to stop. But some people are like, oh, Jessica broke my heart. I don't like women. Oh, Tommy broke my, Jimmy is so wicked. Men are bad. Men, you lack courage to move on. You make excuses. You make excuses. Life is not fair. They're going to beat you down. People are going to defraud you. People are going to lock you up in jail. People are going to lie on you. They're going to steal your money. They're going to destroy your paper. They're going to go to immigration against you. They're going to tell on you. But that should not stop you from having the courage to move on. If you know what's in your heart, whatever so good, whatever so true, whatever so pure, you meditate on that. If you meditate daily, I want to get up, I'm going to do good, I'm going to do right, I'm going to be good, I'm going to bless somebody. Keep on, soldier. Soldier, carry on. The enemies will come. But you can't let them take your courage. You can't let your situation, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're going through, but I know we are all sitting on fears. We all have our different, Bible just said, stay focused. Don't go left or right. Don't make excuses. I'm begging us. People will disappoint. Government will disappoint. Society will disappoint. But you should not disappoint you. Everybody say, Father, help me, not to disappoint me. Help me. Help my spirit man to wake up. Today, I raise my hand to heavens. I receive divine electricity, divine connection, the courage to spark my heart, spark my mind. Help me to be courageous. Oh, the spirit man in me, arise. Begin to manifest the courage of God. As you have prayed that, receive the charge, the power of God, because nothing worse than a life that don't count. Come on, guys. Your father came. Who knows your father's name? Nobody. Who knows your mother's name? Nobody. Your father's father? Nobody. Your mother's mother? Nobody. Then you, who have made it here, you want to go like a smoke. I refuse to be a smoke. I refuse to be a smoke. Say, I will be relevant. I will be significant. I will leave something for this generation. I am not a waste. I am significant by the power of the Most High. Let's sleep and meditate on significance. Let's have it in mind that anytime you see a smoke, you see a car. Boom, boom, boom. The car is gone, but the smoke. Don't be a smoke. Be a fire. Light something up with your courage. He says, you have not the spirit of fear, but of power and of sound mind, which comes from courage. Use it. Teach your children to be somebody. Teach your wife, your husband, help them to be somebody. Don't live a wasted life, because then you will never hear. Eat all the amala, all the fufu, drink all the champagne, NSC. If you don't leave something for this generation, I just started working, but I never worked for anybody. I left Nigeria in 86, and maybe I picked a job or two sparingly, just like what I'm doing now, just to get to the next stage. But I work to pass time and make a few change to do something big. But you work as if your life is a sentence. You're condemned to the factory. Have you ever sat around and looked at the factory? Who came up with this idea? I work in a place with big equipment. In my department, there's about 20 big machines. One machine is as big as this whole area. And I look at it and I said, somebody created this thing. You can see the robots. The robots, they're doing their thing and picking stuff and adding stuff. And I'm saying, this came from a human brain. And yet some idiots, and sorry, I like to call people, if you're an idiot, you're an idiot. If you're a fool, you're a fool. No color in it. Some idiots will tell you there is no God. Some idiot somewhere will say, I'm an atheist. I'm an unbeliever. There is no God. Man just came as a bang. Did that machine come as a bang? A human being put together. We have 20 in my department. And I'm amazed, like, wow, the wonders of human brain. Human brain put together this machine. And you want to say there is no God. God help you. I even know some Christians. I have a friend who's in Holland now, who's a Nigerian, who is like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. The Bible is a lie. And they teach you lies. It's white man religion. How could you See such, even looking at a car driving on the road. Did the car make itself? A car that can speed and take you from here to wherever, made by men like you, and you want to say there is no God? Is it not the power of God that gave man the inspiration to make the car? Right? So, if God can give them the inspiration to make a car, and for those who think black men are useless or black people can't do anything, the mobile phone that you carry, like I said earlier on, is a concept from a black man. Not to talk of the traffic lights. Not to talk of several other things. I'm using black because I want you to wake up. Don't see me as racist. I speak to my people because I know my people, we have this complex. And other people have this complex about us. And especially those of us who live in abroad, we think, oh, I'm a foreigner. And they give the job to a Belgian. They give the job to a white man. Create your own job. Create your own job. If they won't give, I worked in America, in Canada, Netherlands, from 1986 to recently, because I did not have a paper. I created my own employment. And I made millions. And I gave people car. And people bought houses because of me that did not have paper. I remember one time, his name is Steve, one of my technicians. He came to show me his paycheck in 1 month. I paid one man, an American, $17,000. One man out of 100 that was working for me. And I didn't have paper. So your problem is not paper. Your problem is not your color. Your problem is not your wife. Your problem is not that you don't have a car. Your problem is you lack courage. You lack courage to be bold. You're making excuses why you don't have a house yet. I bought a house, 4,000 square meters, without paper. I paid 25,000 cash down. The house was 110,000 without paper. I brought my mother and my father to America. They lived with me for 9 months. My father worked for me without paper. What is your problem? What is holding you back? Why can't you make an impact in this world? I'm begging you guys. Don't be a smoke. Have courage. Write down 10 things that you like to do. I've said this before. And blessed be the one who does what I'm saying. I've said this before. Sit down. What am I good at? I can sing. I like to talk. I can dance. I like to coach children. I like to sew. What are you good at? Write down 10 things that you're good at. And then find out which one of them that you can do that will help humanity. See, I didn't say the one that you will get paid for. I didn't say find out which one you do to get paid for. I said find the one that, because God has given every one of us. See, we are like numbers. All of us are numbers. We are labeled. And each number carries a meaning. Number 1 has what it means, right? Number 10 has what it means, right? What is your number to God? When God calls your number, can you stand and say, my Creator? Yes, here comes your humble and faithful servant. I have done what you asked me to do. When God calls you, can you say, you can answer correctly, I came, I did, and I conquered. Don't be a smoke. Have courage to move on. Let's take some Bible verses about courage. See, yeah, okay, look at about that means. Let's go to Deuteronomy 31:6. You say what? Yeah. Yeah. What causes it? Well, I think I mentioned it, but since you asked, very good. What causes lack of courage? Or what causes fear? Okay. One of the biggest fear for Africans in Europe to go into business is number one fear is what? Tax. If you've been around the business community or you've been around Africans, the first thing they always say, don't start business, so they will kill you with tax. So what does that mean? The fear, they give you the spirit of fear. So what causes lack of courage? Number one factor is fear. When you are afraid to make a move, when you're afraid, some people are afraid to buy a house. Why? Because I don't have the down payment. And if you buy a house, you have to pay the mortgage for 30 years, and you have to do this. But the same moron is paying rent for the past 30 years. I know a white man, who lives in an apartment, and he was telling me boldly that I should not park there because he's been parking there and he lived there for the past 30 years. So I'm like, you've been paying rent for 30 years? You're sick. 500 euros a month times 30. And you don't get anything back. That money is going straight to the landlord. Landlord getting bigger and you're getting minder. So what causes lack of courage? Number one element is fear. Fear or insecurity. It depends on what you don't have the courage to do. So, for instance, I can say for marriage, somebody could be afraid to approach a man or a woman, or a woman can be afraid to approach a man, or when a man approaches a woman, the woman is afraid. Why? Because I don't know. Maybe he look like he's a womanizer. You're already afraid that the man is a womanizer, so you don't trust the man. You don't want to go with the man. So you're waiting for the one that will show you that I'm holier than thou. So all the men come, they pass you. Then there's another circumstance. Oh, maybe he'll beat me. He look like he's a boxer. But maybe that big boy is a teddy bear. You understand? So, but you don't take a step, a leap of faith. You have to take a leap of faith. Like when God was saying to Joshua, take these people. If Joshua said, no, God, Moses failed. Moses failed. Now, another reason people lack courage is experience. If Joshua would have said to God, Moses failed. If Moses, who took them out of Egypt, did all that magic with the serpent and the locust and the Red Sea, he could not take them to the promised land. Me, small boy. If you say, oh Lord, I'm afraid I can't take these people. No. Fear. Experience. So Joshua could have used that excuse. If Joshua used that excuse of, you know, they say, there's a language that says once bitten, twice shy. Right? Don't do that. You bite me, I'm going to get tougher. I'm not going to shy away. Because if I know what I'm looking for, Les Brown applied for a job as a DJ 7 times. Hello. He applied for a job as a DJ 7 times, was denied. The next day he will show up to the same boss. Hello sir, good morning sir. I'm wondering if there's a job here for a DJ. Did I talk to you yesterday? Get out of here. Okay sir, tomorrow. Hello sir, I want to know, is there a job for a DJ here? The man will say, why are you back? He said, oh well, I came back because maybe somebody is sick and they didn't come to work and I can do their job and I can cover for them. Get out of here! Until they got tired. They told him to start serving coffee. From serving coffee, he started driving celebrities. From there, he became a DJ. And today, he's one of the best renowned speakers in the world. So, to answer your question precisely, there's so many factors that causes lack of courage. But what you have to understand is this. I am courageous. I am bold. The Spirit of God is in me. I will get there. I want to get married. I'm going to get married. I want to build a business. I'm going to build a business. I started my business without a dime. Sorry, I'll get you. I did not have a penny. 1995, Houston, Texas. I remember my dining table. Nothing. I went and got a job as a salesman to sell satellite. They were paying $100 per sale. And I would sell 5, 10, 15 every day. And when I got so good at selling, I look at it, I was making $6,000 a month. So I said, why do I have to work for these people? I could start my own thing. And on my dining table, I started. And I employed over 200 people to a point where I started, me that didn't have paper, I started giving TV, you know those big screen TV those days, those 60-inch box. I started financing it for Americans, poor foreigner, no paper. So you have to overcome. They even gave me a credit line of $300,000 from GE Capital. At one point, my business was doing so good, $300,000. After they say, I need equipment of $300,000, TV, satellite, stereo, speakers, everything. What's $300,000? They will just bring it to my warehouse. No paper. So, if you come to understand that the Spirit of God lives in you, you want to do it, as long as you're not stealing, you're not destroying anybody, if what you're planning is good, God would never forsake you. Once this is clean, this is clean, I want to feed myself, I want to help my society, and I want to do good. God has already made the way. It's we that can't find it because we lack courage. Sorry, question there.
I think my contribution is that it's two ways anyway. You know, this courage, we lack courage sometimes. In some ways, we lack courage. Some ways we didn't lack the courage. Why I say it is that, like the Jehovah's Witness, they go house to house knocking. Even when they pour water on them, they are still going. They don't care.
Yeah.
You tell them not to come today. Tomorrow, they are the people ringing your bell. But I remember the time we went to Austin to evangelize. When we ring a bell, they say, no, don't come. We are afraid. We say, hey, this people, they are too rough. You understand? But Jehovah's Witness, they don't accept it. That's one side that we lack our own courage in that physical thing. But the other way is that we lack support. When I say we lack support, is that we have the courage, like you want to buy a house.
Yeah.
The government we are now today, except we will find a way where to go. The government we are now have blocked so many things.
Yes.
If you want to buy a house now, you are prepared to buy a house. You have the courage to buy a house. But your finance is not okay.
Okay, let me help you. I have a few Bible verses to encourage you with, but based on what you said, there was a verse that came to my mind. See, the Spirit of God says to tell you, if you are a child of God, God says, all things work together for the good of those who trust. Look at that statement. All things work together. Now, what is all things? What is all things in this case? He's a bank manager in Ostend. He's a building contractor in Mexon. Okay? And he's let's say he's a helper from Antwerp as well. These are all things. Okay? All these things will come together for the good of you who trust God to buy that house. Do you know how? You're going to find him and you're going to say, God says, I want to buy this house. My intentions are good. I'm working. I make 3,000 a month or 2,000 a month. The mortgage is only 700 euros. You can see that I can pay. I don't have 20,000 down payment, but you know that I've been paying rent in this house. No, hold on. You know I've lived in this house for 7-10 years, and my landlord can tell you that I've been paying 700 euros every month. And I can get a letter from my landlord that says I've been paying 700 euros for the past 5 or 10 years. So how come I can't pay your own 700 euros? So when all things are working together for you, landlord gives you letter. This one says that, yeah, you have a pay slip that shows that you've been working. This one is willing to help. All things will come together if you have the courage to move on. Now, he might say no. He might say no. Okay, he says no, because his level of understanding is not there. But because the Spirit of God is in you, because courage is in you, he said, no, I'm coming here. Sir, I really need to buy this house. I need to start this business. I know that my business can help the society. I know that this house can help me save money. By the time you knock on 7 doors, all things will come together for your good. But because, back to what he was saying, you fear. They've already denied Jessica. They told Rebecca, the society says that they don't do it. It cannot be done. When you live on what you've heard, you know, one of the saddest things, sorry, I have to deviate a little bit. One of the biggest problems that we have, that I noticed with immigration, a lot of people don't understand that this chair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs, 6 different people, 6 different stories of their life are sitting on this chair. Now, I am immigration. Okay? I am immigration. Now, he wants to come to me. I deny him. Because his story did not work good. Now, he wants to come. He heard the story of this. He's afraid to come, to approach, because of the story of this. Are you following my example? So the stories we hear, the experiences we hear, creates fear in us. And that fear makes us lack courage. And because we lack courage, we don't move forward. I'm going to tell you a personal story of mine. I hope we have time. I was married, and through marriage, loving kids, 2 children, beautiful relationship, and me and my wife broke up. And my wife went to immigration to spoil my paper. Listen to this. Nigerian woman from the same village, true love, best marriage, best wedding, everything was going fine. When the devil entered, she went to destroy my paper. I did not know that she destroyed my paper. This woman was calling police every day. I want to see my children, call police. I go to the creche, call police. I'm walking on the street, call police. So I'm saying to myself, is this not the woman I married? What is this? Did anybody tell you that I'm an armed robber, that you want to use police to catch me? I'm walking on the street, call police. I say hello, you spit on me. So when this is going on, I'm saying to myself, something ain't right. So the Spirit of God said, go to immigration. So I go to immigration. I sit down in immigration and I said, look, this is the situation. I want to know what's going on. The woman says to me, you are a lucky man. If you would have waited 2 days before you come here, we already wrote a letter to tell you to leave the country. And if we send that letter, then you're out. And if you're out, there is no appeal, nothing you can do. So I said, okay, what can I do now? She gave me about 6 or 5 forms. Go and study these forms. Look at your situation and apply which one you think will favor you. Now, why am I giving you this experience? I'm telling you this because if I did not have the courage to go to immigration, if I would say, hey, this people, they don't spoil my paper, what's going on? I start hiding and running. They would have written that letter, and then I'll be against the law, and then maybe I won't be standing here today. But courage led me to go there. And courage helped me to find options. And she gave me options, and I was able to apply, and today I give God glory. Do you understand? Courage, look, I told you, I said you came naked. Nothing man can do to you. Nothing man can do to you. If you have the Spirit of God and you have the concept, it says, if you know the God that you serve, you'll be comfortable in all situations. Fear will not make you lose your blessing. Amen? So that's what I want you to understand. That the fear, one, to answer your question, the things we've heard that has happened to other people. You know, if I would have taken the experience that, immigration, they will carry you, they will deport you. And this story I'm telling you happened twice. It happened in Antwerp, where I went to Nigeria and my paper, I didn't know when I came to Antwerp that they will send you regular control. So I was in Nigeria and I stayed in Nigeria longer than necessary, and they took my paper out and I didn't know. When I